What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of New Parenting Training. Well, as you can see here, I have a bunch of Dyson vacuums. So yeah, it's been a very long time since I actually cleaned all these vacuums. Since I'm gonna do a deep clean on all three of them, I'm just gonna do a video on how to clean them. So this one is being the oldest. This is actually from my mom's house. Well, since it's really dirty, I might as well just clean it. This one is multi-floor, the first one. This one is semi-newer. This, we have it for over 2 years. So this is multi-floor 2. And this one is just the quarters vacuum, the V6. If you don't know, they already came out with the V11. So yeah, this is much older model. But anyway, I think the process is pretty much similar, even though the size difference and whatnot. But let me just break it down to you how to clean them. Now, one of the important thing is this too has 2 filters. I think the Dyson suggests you to clean those filters every month. We use like maybe once every 2 weeks. So yeah, we don't actually clean the filter all that frequently. If you use it much more often, you should do so every month. And this one has only 1 filter. So yeah, the tools you might need, okay, not necessarily you need to have, is 2 screwdriver. One's flathead, the other one just Phillips screwdriver, just in case you need to open up some stuff. And also, Dyson suggests to, when you wipe the canister, you use a damp cloth or microfiber cloth. Well, the thing is, they don't want you use water to hose it down, because if you use it really quickly, if you hose it down, then the water might be sucked into the motor. So you don't want that to happen. But I'm going to use a Clorox wipe to wipe the inside. Since I'm going to wash the filters anyway, so none of this machine can be used within 24 hours until the filters are dry. So yeah, just FYI, if you are going to clean your machines, make sure that everything is completely dry before you start using it. Because the last thing you want to do is just have the water go into your motor and ruin everything. Okay, let me get started with the multi-floor 1. Okay, first up, we're going to work on the multi-floor, the older model. Whenever you're going to start removing the filter, it's best to just open up the canister. As you saw earlier, I pushed down the red button to release from the vacuum. And once you have done so, use a bag, a trash bag, or put inside a trash can, like so. And then push the red button again to release the bottom portion, the bottom part, so the trash will come out. Now, once you have done so, in the front is this filter. You pop this thing open. That's where you're going to release the inside canister filter. Now this one is one of the filter. There are 2 total. So this is one of them. The second filter is on the side of the vacuum itself. So lay the vacuum down. You will see on the left hand side, there's something that you can release. The cap you can release. You just keep turning counterclockwise until this thing is released. All right, like so. What you need to do is turn counterclockwise, and this will twist right off. Now, both this filter need to run under the water until the water is clean. So therefore, it's been cleaned. And they have to wait until 24 hours until they bone dry in order for you to put it back onto the machine. And let me set this aside. I'll show you how to wash this. All right, so once you have the filters out, you just run through the cold water until the water is clean. Like so. What you can do every now and then is to kind of hit on the side to make sure all the debris are out. You can also squeeze on the filter itself to kind of make sure the debris is being washed out. And also squeeze it to let majority of water come out first, and then just set it aside for it to dry overnight. And the other filter is right here, the circular one you found on the left hand side of your vacuum. You don't have to squeeze on this one, you just run it through the water. As long as the water has come out clear, you cannot see any physical coloration from the water, then it should be clean. So once these two are done, just set it aside and let it dry for 24 hours. So now that the filter is being washed, now if that's all you need to do, and that will be it. But right now I'm going to show you how to clean the canister. In order to take out the canister itself, separate the canister, you have to push down the red button. See, the bottom portion came out. On the back, there is a plastic button here. You have to push it in order to release the rest of the canister on the top itself. And that's how you release it. And now I'm just gonna wipe everything down. See all the mess I make here? So it's best if you are planning on deep clean this, have some kind of plastic cover on the floor so it's easier for you to clean this up afterward. Alright, so look at the mess I made. It's pretty handy to have another vacuum here. Okay, now that the canister is being cleaned, wiped down, you just plug this right back in. Like so. And the canister is done for this one. And let's move on to the bottom of the vacuum. Now the bottom of the vacuum, as you can see here, there are a lot of hair stuck in the brush. So what you need to do, there's a clip here, you pop it out, and then pull it down. And that's how you release it. So in order for you to clean all this hair, you need to open up this whole panel. What you need to do is you need to pop open the clips here. And this comes right out. There's more dust going to come out. So just be mindful of it. All we need to do is just remove all the excess hair so you can just pull them out. So to put everything back, it's just the reverse order. What you need to do is just pop this thing back on and then make sure the clip is back on. Now this is a good time for you to inspect the machine itself. So the Dyson vacuum has this feature. If something is stuck, it's not working, it just stops by itself. So that hasn't happened to us before. But if it happens to you, so this will be a great way to make sure all the hoses are not blocked in any sort of way. So this is a good time to, since you already have everything open up, you can examine the parts to make sure everything flows without blockage. So there's also an opening here and opening here, and make sure that everything is freely flow without blockage. So once that's done, now what you need to do is just put back this thing onto the machine itself. You have to put the clip back on first before you plug it back in. So what you do is just slide it over, and then the way that you put it back on is you see the connector here, and there is a connector here. Now you just have to make sure that it lines up. Once the connectors are lined up, you can just push it down. And you should hear a clip sound. Then that's how you put the bottom brush back onto the machine itself. In order for you to put this thing on, the canister has to be off the machine itself. And you just pop it open and hear a clip. clicking sound. And now you just plug in the canister and hear a clicking sound. And that's how you put things back together. And now, the last piece for this puzzle is this filter. Once it's been dry, it has arrow sign here and here. What you need to do is slide in, make sure that the arrow sign line up, then this is set in correctly. Just FYI, this is set in an angle, so it's not completely straight, which is okay. Don't worry about that. And what you need to do is just make sure that you line up. And now that just twist this thing clockwise until it, just like the gas tank in your car, you'll be able to hear clicking sound. That means this thing is secure. Just turn this to make sure this is fully movable. And so that's how you put everything back together. Now let's move on to the next one. One thing I like about Dyson is that even though the machines are completely different models and whatnot, but most of the stuff are very similar. So first up, what we want to do is to take out the filter. If it's just the filter that you need to clean, it's just one from the canister. And the one on the left hand side. So let me take out the one from the canister first. What you do is you press onto the top, this button right here. You release the canister from the body, and then you put inside a trash or trash bag, and then you push this button again to release the bottom of the canister to get everything out. So now once you have done most of the trash out, just as same as the other model, you will find this button on the back. So you just push it down to release the canister, like so. And now you can clean this up even further. Now to remove the filter from the canister, you will see that here is this filter. You just pop it right open, and here comes the filter itself. This is just like the older model. You have to use water to run it through and let it dry for 24 hours until you put it back in again. Gonna put this aside. Let's move the other filter out as well. What you do is you also lay it flat on its side, and it will be located on the left hand side of the machine. So there's a release button here. You just continue to twist counterclockwise until it is open it up, like so. Just as the other model, this one has arrow sign here. That you will see that as long as you go counterclockwise, this one will pop right open. And now you just need to wash this too under water, and then set it to a side for it to dry. Okay, now that I have this being opened up, let's clean the bottom brush as well. Just like the other model, this one here has a little clip. This time is in a silver color instead of a red color on the other machine. What you do is you pop open this clip, and then out comes the bottom brush portion as well. Now, just like the other one, what you do is you open up the tab here to release this bottom portion. And then now you can see from the bottom, it's all kind of hair and stuff, debris that's stuck on the brush. Since we only need to get rid of the hair, what you can do is just either, if it's stuck on really hard, you can use a scissor to cut it open, cut all the hair, not anything else. Or you just continue to pull them until the hair is all out. So now that the brush is being cleaned out of the debris, you can put this thing back on. What I normally do is I put the side without the tab in first, like so. and then push the tap back in, like so. Just same as the other one. Make sure you clip the clip back in first. Now you just need to find the plug accordingly. And once it line up, you push it down. As long as you hear a clicking sound, you tug on it. If it's secure, then you are set. Since we have this stuff open, just check for any blockage. Here are some debris here. And just check for all the opening to make sure that there's no blockage. This one you can just pull up, it will come right off, and let's push it down like so to put it back on for this hose. Normally you have to check if there's any blockage, if the vacuum is losing suction or it just stops all of a sudden by itself, then there might be a blockage. Just FYI. Okay, so for the filter, once it's being dry, you just pop this open and push this thing in. And then once you hear the clicking sound, now you can push the canister back into position. Like so. Continue on to install the clean filter. For this one, you just have to go clockwise and make sure that the arrow signs are lined up. Then this is secure. And for this one, it's same thing. This is set in an angle. It's not completely straight. So don't worry about if it's not being straight. So just put the cover back on and then go clockwise. Just like a car gas cap, you will hear a clicking sound once it's been tied up. You make a couple of turns, then this is completely set. So that's how you clean the Dyson Ball Multi-floor 2. So the last one we have here is just the Dyson wireless one. This is the V6 model, and it's a little bit simpler. So for this one, you have to clean the filter as well. So the filter is located on top of the vacuum. There's a little tap here. You can just pull and it should come right out. And just run it through the cold water until the water is clean, and make sure that there's no more debris on there. And same thing, you have to leave it dry for 24 hours until you put it back into the machine itself. Because if it's still wet, then the motor will suck in the water, then you will ruin the machine. Now to open up the canister, there's a tap on the side of this thing. What you need to do is pull it right next to a trash can and whatnot, and then press down on this red button here until the bottom canister is open. When you push down this red button, not only the bottom canister will open it up, the whole canister will get separated from the machine itself. So just be mindful of that when you are trying to dump it into a trash can, because this part will come right off. And now is a good time to clean everything up. Again, usually once you dump out the trash from the canister, this should be done. Well, since I haven't cleaned this out for a long while, might as well just clean it up a little bit. You definitely don't need to wipe it down every time. For it to go back onto the machine, make sure the front goes in first, and then just push the back onto it as well. So this is how you clean a Dyson V6 vacuum. Alright guys, so I hope this video has been informative for you. This is how you would clean the Dyson product. Most of them are pretty much similar in terms of the process and where the filters are located. For the big ones are the top 1 and 2. So make sure that you have to wash this through the cold water and then set it aside for it to dry over 24 hours. And for the handheld, the filter is up top. You need to wash that as well. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, bye.